On day 53, we're going to be looking at some bugs that we've accumulated over the first 4 phases of our work. So we're going to be looking at some bugs, and then we're going to be working on the map a little bit, because now that we got the map editor, there's a lot of bugs in the map editor, but now that we got the map editor, we're going to be making use of that. That way we can actually start sort of planning things out, getting stuff in place, and then we can go back and do a little bit of additional balancing, I guess. But we are gonna be starting here with our little bugs notes, and then we're gonna take a look over at the maps after that. So I'm just gonna make sure I got all my chats up here. There you are there. And I will get this off the screen and we can get going. So, I have a list of bugs that need to be addressed. And one thing for after the full phase. Write up a Q8 widget specifically for bug fixes, covering everything except for the file structure. So, today's just basically fixing bugs. I will also probably be a little less energetic than usual. I'm very tired. You'll notice that is a theme for me on specifically Tuesdays and Wednesdays. That's because those are my extra busy days. Well, they're the days that I have to start later due to other things. So I'm just gonna kind of chill here and let Claude sort of putter around. Hey, QWERTY, what's up? Discord does not actually work because I disabled that because of reasons. It went through a couple of different things. It was another thing before, and they changed the Discord, and then now it's dead for today. How are you doing though? New terminal, so I might as well go run./, and might as well get the server up and running and hop into the client for a little bit to see, or at least to show off what we've got at the moment. I could also pull up the map editor and go into that for a bit. Client is gonna start up. There we go. Toss this over there and log in. So we've got our map here. In theory, we spawn over it. Hey, don't tell me it's still bleeding around the edge a little bit. Why does this one in particular? Oh, it just doesn't go to the edge, which is interesting. It's not like I can actually watch behind there. Hey, Oceans, how are you doing today? What? Come on, I gotta be able to walk behind here, right? Right? Well, I guess that's a good excuse to open up the map editor. New terminal. Go / and map editor. There we go. Now, how did this happen? Oh, right, because I resized things. So we'll get some out of bounds thrown on there as well. Still don't have the mouse click location fixed though. All right. So I guess while I've got the map editor open, I might as well move these things around. Using goal now and codex and working on the game is done automatically. Very fun. Very fun. So I guess the one thing I need to do is I need to move this up here. This is the first thing I'm gonna do. Move this up here. Let's select not everything, but everything else. And then move these up so that they're aligned again. Actually, did not grab everything. Okay, I'm gonna close this and reopen it because I messed that up a little bit there. Philippines and New Zealand region is done. Very nice. Okay, resize. Move these up and over there. Then I need to get select. Grab all of these and move these back up. Make sure that they're aligned. Okay. And now we've got our list of bugs that we can fix. So this is the list that we started with. Now we've got QA bug fixes here. Goal to address accumulated bugs, missing content, and incomplete mechanics across gameplay, UI, and world logic. No new feature systems. Every item either fixes broken behavior or completes a half-finished one. File structure cleanup is explicitly out of scope and deferred to the dedicated refactor pass-post phase. So that's good to see that this is knocked out there because I didn't want to touch that yet, even though I really have to get to it. Player loses control on death. The problem is that the player can still move and interact, including picking up their own dropped loot after death. This lets them cheat the death mechanic by retrieving items before the respawn sequence resolves. Fix this action. This is in the tick and the input tick. Really, it's just wait on player dead. Boss zone must never enter overflow. Problem is the boss zone areas participate in the normal overflow evaluation. If player clears the zone infrequently, it can enter overflow, which multiplies thresholds and changes mob spawn behavior. Unintended for the scripted boss encounter. Fix, add an overflow exempt true boolean field to zone config. When set, evaluate overflow skips the zone entirely. Overflow since is never set, and overflow rank stays 0. Apply to all boss zone configs. Gathering not logged for era, missing piety XP. Resource gathering contributes to area quotas, but does not fire the era logging award or piety XP contribution. Only mob clears currently credit. I think this has been partially fixed already. I don't think this is actually still a problem. Fix in interact gather after a successful gather. This feeds both. Investigation before fixing it needed. This may or may not be resolved already. And then Nature's Fall targeting on cursor, clamp to range. Problem: Nature's Fall currently fires towards the fixed direction or uses the simplified target point. It should cast at the mouse cursor position when in range or the closest point along the cursor direction if the cursor is outside of cast range. So this is dealing with the distance and normalization. New herbs and ores processing. All herbs processed to ground herb and all herbs processed to crushed ore. Regardless of the tier, higher tier herbs and ores need distinct processing outputs for meaningful progression gating. One processed item config per tier for them. One refined recipe per tier. Config and corresponding Atlas placeholder sprite. One refinery recipe and corresponding Atlas placeholder. Herbs output, crafting, cooldown bulk queued, crafting problem, Crafting an item happens instantly with no cooldown. Right-clicking a stack of herbs or ores should queue a process run for the whole stack in a configurable item rate, and I'll fire all at once. Not fire. Instantly or all at once. Designed for recipe cooldown. Client right-clicking a resource stack with an applicable recipe starts a queued craft run. Or left-clicking. Let's make sure this is noted as well. I don't know how well this actual editing the document is right now, but I can't really be asked to do the notes to add today. It's just not going to happen. Or left-clicking a resource. Server action craft now carries a quantity int field. Mob attack animations. Mob have idle animations. Melee attack lands. Sprite atlas. Wire animation state machine. Placeholder icon. All skills in the UI use a placeholder frame. Each skill needs a distinct icon. Currently there are none. Role ability missing an icon as well. Full screen support. The game runs in fixed window. No full screen toggle exists. Add F11 or Alt Enter. Keybind to call. Set full screen. Okay, cool. Zoom UI scale problem. The game renders at a fixed pixel scale on higher DPI or larger displays. Everything appears small. There is no in-game zoom or UI editing. Exposes scale multiplier. Okay. We'll see how that actually works. Not gonna keep my hopes up too high on it, but projectile reflections. No mechanism exists for reflecting enemy projectiles. This is listed as a desired feature, but the design is unspecified. What do you mean the design is unspecified? Okay. So it's not going to touch this one either. Investigate multi-tile resource nodes. Require standing adjacent to any tile of it or only the anchor tile. Are all tiles blocked or are only non-harvestable ones? Okay, so make notes. All things that require placeholder art should be a colored square generated in a sprite sheet by the atlas. The important part is that we have the spaces saved and referenced in a sprite sheet. Art. So we'll get this done in here as well. Where is my Streamlabs again? So we've moved that up here. Then resize, we're gonna make this go up to here and down to here. Gonna just move all of these kind of out here as well. deep forest needs to align down here as well. There's the anchors. I'm not sure if I've got these actually squared up. Kind of looked misaligned, but I'm not sure for certain. Moving these things around is an interesting experience because I don't have a strictly move option. I just have resize, which is doable. It's very doable. It's just there we go. No, those aren't working. Anyways, I should probably just delete these and recreate them. So here I will add deep forest. I can't really move that, can I? Where exactly does this go over? There we go. So we will keep placing these boundaries so that we can actually traverse in between. There. This side, this side. Actually, I'm gonna delete that one and okay, we've almost got these in place. Here. Then what about here to here? And then I just move that over there. and I'm gonna have to move things around again. Let's get Serenity lined up down here at least. There we go. Now we can set this boundary down here. Okay, we've got that part lined up. Now let's line up the top part, which is already lined up. Cool. So, this is going to be very boring, but I'm going to just move these things around a little bit. They're basically empty. I just want to go and double check that these will actually let me run around and go to travel to each of these. But we have one more thing to check here. Added slots are generated by the Atlas generator script as solid color squares, each distinct hue, so they're visually distinct in engine from day one. Each frame renders, okay. So we've got that as well. We're gonna have to close these down anyway, so we might as well get that stuff. Or bug fixes. We do need to save everything here. There we go. Okay. Git add star, git commit -m zone updates. Now we will run the server, run the client again. I will show this one once more. Make sure this is mostly lined up. Anyways, the bug fix plans look good. Please fix the issues following the Q8 bug fixes. Start by producing a to-do list plan, then implement the required changes. There we go. We're gonna send Claude off on that one, and we get to try to run over to Serenity now. Oh, it might be nice if I turn the sprites back on. So we're basically just gonna run through the forest. Should be a couple of different ways for us to get over to it, but we're gonna take what I think is gonna be the fastest route. Depending on how long it takes to do the bug fixes, this might be a short day as well. I might only do like an hour, which would be another 35 minutes. 40 minutes. Just because I'm going to have to go and make sure I actually get some food as well as I'm just very exhausted. We're running all the way through. Okay, so there should be an entrance over here. Oh, perfect. We're now in the deep forest. We probably want to make the loading zones a little bit larger. We might also want to just zoom in on the mini-map instead. Do. It's got to be some better music, right? And we've made it to Serenity. Made it to the life pool. Woohoo! There's nothing actually in here yet. So us running around is kind of going to be useless, but we should head back and just double check that the other zone entrances are working. That other area might be a little bit too blue. I think it's kind of jarring, but we'll figure that out later. So the first thing we're going to end up doing is we're going to end up what's it called? We're going to end up placing all of the out of bounds area. So we're going to end up shaping the map so that it actually has some feel to it rather than just being these wide open empty areas. We'll probably get rid of all of the spawns and everything in it first. We'll set up an initial map of it, see how we actually feel about it, and then from there we can continue figuring out what we want to do. Or we can see how the bugs go. I feel like this moved me too far away too fast. Interesting. Anyways, this should be a pretty safe spot. So we're going to close this down. We can actually close the server, and we're going to start up or I guess hop back over to the map editor. So we're going to take all the spawns away first. I really should have added the ability to delete things that are selected in bulk. Okay, and then nodes we're going to remove as well. We haven't decided what nodes are actually going to go in it, So because of that, we're going to erase things first. So we're going to take the out of bounds rect, drop that up there. So we've got those blocked in first. There we go. Now, probably gonna just does this line up well? Yep. And then we can basically edit this one as well. We'll make sure that things are actually loading when you get close enough. Probably best if we just drop a little bit of a rectangle there so we can see where the edge is. How are these lining up here? So go a bit higher, go a bit lower. There we go. Those are lining up. Now I should be able to make it wider. And we should have our boundaries going. That should be pretty good now. So let's start here. This is essentially where the boss is going. That's where the werewolf is going. I might still leave it just solid, but Do that. This. I don't know if these get treated like a single... I don't know if these get treated like a single boundary or not. However... Let me just figure this out. Probably would be better if I was actually counting the number of... Oh, we're gonna need the danger zone overflow here as well. But we'll figure that out in a bit. Basically, next to each of these, I want it to be up against out of bounds. So, one thing I'm not sure what I want to do is if I want this to be sort of like a maze, or if I just want it to be like fairly simple. I don't think me dropping this here is helpful. Let's add some out of bounds. Okay. Serenity Pool, I'm going to come back to later. But I do need to figure out this forest. I wish I could see through the blue. This is definitely a donut area. So I have to figure this out now. What do I want to have in this zone? Because right now, I know, like, if I go to this other zone, I just kind of, and I kind of just draw onto it what's blocked around. Then come back. Here we go. Whoops, put that back on the zone. And now I can keep drawing sort of what's in here. And this should give me a way to take a look at it. So, I think I connect these and definitely add this in here. I think this part becomes a big sort of U-turn. I think that'll make sense. And then what if over here I do something like this? How does that work for a forest? I think that's fine. I'm gonna just take a screenshot of that as well. There we go. Now I can erase that. Come over here, get the boundary editor again. So minimum this. And we're just gonna kind of build this out at the moment. We're gonna like rough shape it, sort of. And then I was saying here Because what I want to avoid is I want to avoid having too many places that are flat on the wall for too long. There. I think this needs to be beefed up a bit. Instead. I will probably need to come up with a consistency for how thick these barriers or border walls need to be. Or forest walls. Yes, thank you, Quad. And this was supposed to sort of continue off to here. This continues off to here, and then there needs to be sort of a block down in here again. So the question sort of becomes, how organic versus inorganic do I want these borders to be? Do I want it to be sort of Tetris-y, or do I want them to look more natural? Like, if I want it to look more natural, I just keep shaping them like this instead. And then I sort of get a look like this. Which probably starts to actually look a bit better than the strict solid, very blocky appearances. So maybe I will keep doing this. I think it adds some nice texture to things. Oh shoot, oh shoot. It's right over. There we go. Wow, these there's a lot of builds for these bug fixes. I'm kind of surprised about that. I think this looks like a pretty good zone appearance. This will give me enough places for oh, we forgot about here as well. This will give me enough places to make valuable in overflow as well. Because right now we need to make sure that we have places that during overflow we're able to kind of block off and prevent people from getting to them. Otherwise, the overflow kind of just doesn't serve much of a purpose. So I'm gonna bring this same sort of feel over to other zones. Possibly more subtractive than the reason I'm doing this in a subtractive fashion instead is primarily because I already am quite happy with how am I doing? What's the granularity I'm doing? Am I doing 2? Like, what are the size of these 2? 4. Okay, bit more granular. That's a 3, that's fine. Okay, that helps with those. I should be able to get rid of this pink one now. That won't be a real issue at all. Okay, it's feeling much more intentional, I guess, or less intentional. It's feeling more like an actual map, I guess, rather than just blocks. I'm having a lot of fun by just carving these things up as well. It's kind of therapeutic. Lots of things being built. Lots of things being built. Okay. I think that's fine. We can make this more lively too. Do. Definitely gets a little bit tough once you're looking in these blue sections. This cannot be very fun to look at. Not fun. Very, very not fun. There we go. Should probably have been planning this part out as well. What do I want this part of the forest to really be? Something like this. Man, I wish I had someone around to give me some feedback on the map. That would be real cool. If anyone wants to give some feedback, feel free. Especially because at this point, I'm kind of just doodling. Yeah, let's scribble a map. Like add a little bit more here, add a little bit more there, take a little bit away from here, take a little bit away from there. Gonna do something like this because we're gonna have to be able to access the ravine from here. Oh, I'm well past an hour. I was planning on stopping by now. Yeah, I'll make it kind of like a triangular area over here. Add a bit more space. Kind of want this one to be almost the opposite of this one. Anyways, I haven't even really tested the bugs, but I am going to be ending this here. So, Tomorrow I will be testing the bugs and probably just working on the map a bit more. I'm very hungry though, so I'm gonna go get some food. So, hope to see some people around tomorrow.